All right, here we go. All right. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Audio Audacity podcast. I'm your host, Mo B. Next to me, we have my lovely wife, Boss Lady.
Hello.
And today's special guest, we have two members of the Kickett and Kompany podcast that they do every Saturday here at My City, My Music. And we have Justin Kickett.
That's him.
There we go.
And Bricks Montana.
Yay. How y'all doing?
All right. So, today's episode is how to start a podcast or a radio show. And today's guest with Justin Kickett and Bricks Montana being in the building, they have experience with the media and radio shows and podcasts and things of that nature. So let's get into it. First things first, we would like to do a quick bio on who the hell you guys are. So allow me to ask Justin. So Justin, give me a quick bio on who you are, sir.
He said quick bio.
Yeah.
How do you determine what's your definition of quick?
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
You know what
10 pumps. 10 pumps.
The longest 2 minutes.
Skip the foreplay. I'm going for the 5 play.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
It's only 5 play when you add your thumb.
Ooh, yeah. Ain't no fun if the thumb can't get some.
Damn right. Bars.
All right,
3 in the pink and 1 in the stink.
Do a TikTok version of who you
All
are.
right, what was the question again?
Okay.
What's about these
Your
people? I tell you,
A
secret-
brief bio on who you are.
Brief bio, Justin Kickett, My City, My Music, St. Louis, worldwide.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Studio head of My City, My Music. Yeah, you
Radio station, recording studio, audio, video, promotions.
Yeah.
Dream maker.
Yeah, all right, there it is.
Marketing, all of
All of that.
All of that. And
Come on, get it talked about. We talk about it with microphones and good stuff.
all that good stuff.
That
And
was
then
back-
what about you, Bricks? What's going on with you? Who are you, man?
Okay, so I'm Bricks Montana. I kind of have both sides of it because I did my own show producing and everything in FM radio for a couple of years, maybe about 7 years.
So you are a radio personality?
Yeah, online. Well, now it's online, but yeah, FM radio, producing my show and all of that, advertisements, all of that. And then with Justin leaving FM radio to have more freedom, I guess. We've been doing our show for 2 years.
So was it a hard transition to leave terrestrial radio for a radio show that's in this type of genre?
No, because for me, being that I'm just an on-air host now, I'm not doing the production, the advertising, the music list. I did everything when I was in FM radio for my show.
Okay.
So to me, it's a lot less work and a lot more freedom. And,
Right.
because when you're on radio, there are certain things you can't say. And certain things you
FCC
have to-
regulations
Yeah.
and such.
Ooh, shit.
Know how that goes.
Yeah, I mean, like you'll get fined and get a phone call while you sitting there.
Wow.
That in the moment.
Especially after, because I was on the radio before Janet, and then
That's
after
Super Bowl.
Janet.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So after Janet, the restrictions got so worse. Like literally, you'll be sitting there and a cuss word to slip out or something to happen and the phone to ring. Like, oh, should I answer?
Wow.
So,
Okay.
I wonder why they so strict like that. Because on television now, you can say all kind of cuss words.
Well, cable's different.
What do you consider television, though?
Oh, yeah. But he just
Your
said
television's your phone. I mean,
Yeah.
Right.
I am talking about like local stations like your ABC, your NBC.
well, and they have
They
a lot
are
more,
saying-
but they still have a lot more restrictions than a cable channel.
I know you can say bitch more so now than ever.
And shit.
Yeah, I've heard.
Can you say
I've heard-
shit on
Yes.
ABC, NBC?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
they don't go by the
And-
7 words.
Right, the 7 cuss
They
words.
don't do that. anymore.
George Carlin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was real.
What
was
was
a
it?
real thing.
What was
That was-
shit, bitch?
I'm sure we know.
Shit, bitch,
Shit, bitch,
Damn.
damn.
fuck.
Motherfuck, yep.
Motherfuck. Damn, I knew it too. Dick.
No, I think it was cunt.
I know for a fact you couldn't say that.
I think it was cunt. It wasn't because dick, you can say dick if somebody's name or something like that.
And now they're using it actually. Don't be a dick. I seen that the other night on like
I
Radio City.
Real quick,
I definitely seen that. So
that's interesting.
But I think radio is way more restrictive because I remember one day sitting up and hearing a whole bunch of cursing on a song, and the next week that show wasn't even on no more.
Ooh, wow.
Because the fines can be that high.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's more freedom in what we do here.
So, to even piggyback on that, Bricks, and I'll ask Justin the same question. How did you start in the media field? How did you start your journey into this?
Well, mine, I went to school for media studies because I do a lot of other things in media, and after having degrees in other things, criminal justice, and not wanting to really work in that and everything, I wanted something that I love to do, and it was music. So I went to school and got different degrees in it and everything.
All right. What about you, Justin? How did you get started?
In media? Mine was the exact opposite of that. I did not go to school at all for media. But you ever went to a community college for 8 years?
Was that you?
Who said that? Who said that?
I went for about 6 shit.
Right. It didn't work out. I made the attempt. I went to Lindenwood. I went to university. I went to UMSL. I got kicked out of there. Got kicked out of Lindenwood. I made an attempt at college, and people assume that you need college to be successful, but you really don't. So then I was working in restaurants. Wait, what was the question again?
Media.
How'd you get started?
How did I get started? So yeah, I did my college thing, and then I was like, well, took college algebra 4 times, couldn't pass that.
Wow.
I mean, I attempted it. I'm not just an asshole. Well, I'm generally an asshole regardless.
At some point though, Justin, it's just remember it and try to. 4 times?
4 times college algebra. It was a required class.
Because you had to get a C. You have to.
Yeah, you have to pass it in order to be a. So I almost got my associate's degree. So I made it through 2 years. 8 years later, I almost got about 2 years credit.
Degree.
Right.
And my advisor wasn't very good either, right? So I took a lot of classes that wouldn't transfer.
And that's what it was. That's why I was.
I think I originally wanted to do like some type of communications degree, but it never really happened that way. Then I got stuck on math, and I said, bleep it, I'm out of here. Are we bleeping on this show?
No, you can say
so civilized.
You can say so. What are the 7 words? The seven sin words that you cannot say on terrestrial radio are shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits.
I don't think I say that.
You cannot say the, or you will get fined from the FCC.
I will shit the hell out of a word. I mean, and motherfucker.
I can bleep it. I'm generally conservative. If you say that, what that's called.
I mean,
but
I didn't get no fine. So
well, yeah. So I was finishing. So I tried college. I did all that. And I was working in restaurants.
Right.
So that was basically my occupation. And I met this guy, Ant Streets, and he was a producer. He made beats and stuff. So I'm like, oh, cool. I used to always freestyle and kind of rap a little bit. And we linked up. I put out an album. I got tons of songs out there. They're not all released, but did that. And then after that, I learned how to produce other artists. So I was recording people. And then after that, I transitioned to concerts. Monthly like showcases for the artist, and then a lot of artists don't appreciate our craft. Like I appreciate you for having me on your show.
Yeah, and
right?
I appreciate
you don't have to do that. You can have anybody on at your show. You do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So me as a guest, some guests just like, oh well, I don't need your show, right? Your little baby show or whatever. That little thing away.
Set up and
they don't
show
appreciate
up.
it, right? Yeah, we book people, right, and they don't show up. So the same with the concert scenes. The artists want to perform, right, but they don't want to pay to perform. They don't want to sell tickets.
I don't understand.
They don't want to promote it or invite
Yeah.
people. And
Uh-huh.
then, so
They don't want to grind.
Right.
Yeah, put in the footwork.
I got out of that, and then eventually, 2014, my buddy Mark Bone, he's a local artist. He's like, "Oh, I just got an interview with this DJ from New York." So it was shout out DJ Mac Diddy. He's in New York. He does internet radio there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 2014. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool," and kind of looked into it and got a mixer, a couple of microphones, plugged them in, and bada boom, bada bing.
So where was your first location for your internet radio show?
It's actually pretty close to our Hampton. Yeah, actually, where are we? Hey, we're in Hampton. Hey,
Yeah.
By the way, it was actually probably about 5 minutes from here.
Okay.
So I was actually started at my home studio in my basement, and then once we get 40 people down there, everybody's smoking blunts and shit. Like, what's the weather report? Like, hey, where's Mogo? I can't see it.
right.
It's a little cloudy in there. We got laps on laps on laps. Fire marshal came a couple times.
Damn.
No, just
wow.
kidding.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I want to hear that
Theoretically.
story.
Theoretically, but yeah, but I mean, it's nice, it's cool. I mean, anybody can do a show from their grandma's basement or whatever. Oh, podcast in my pod with my friend Peter and Paul. Hey guys, anybody can do that kind of stuff. But
Right.
it's nice to get out there. We can have people here, and not want people in your personal space as well.
Yeah.
I guess, but
It's an awesome space.
yeah, just kind of evolved from basement. Then we ended up we're actually in the Lemp Brewery.
Oh.
They have like practice rooms there. We were there for about a month.
Did you get haunted out?
Wow.
I would have never stepped foot
In that haunted
Yeah.
Well, that place is just terrible, and there's a lot of bands that practice there.
Yep, they do.
So they were really loud, and they promised us a sound room and stuff. And we're going live, and here just guy just jamming next door, like, hey, what's over there?
If you are everybody who's listening right now, if you're familiar with St. Louis, and even if you're not, the Limp Brewery is one of the most haunted
Oh yeah,
destinations in America.
You need an old priest and a young priest.
it is. They had an elevator. You gotta like crank it. Like,
Yeah,
old school.
old
you gotta pull
school.
yourself
school.
up like you got a treehouse or some shit.
Went there one time, never again. Never.
So we were there for a month and got kicked out, and right after that we found Broadway.
Get out.
So we were there, and then we've been here on Hampton for a year.
Oh, nice.
We moved here last February, so we got
So one of the questions was educational background, but you guys pretty much covered that. So you went to college and
gave it a try.
You gave it the
Give it a
good old
whirl.
college try, and
Nothing wrong with it.
ain't nothing wrong with it because college ain't for everybody.
I had $400 in parking tickets in UMSL.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Okay.
I had a lot.
I was commuting to UMSL,
That's where I
but
got my
by the
degree
time I got there, it was kind of a little bit of a drive, and by the time I got there, there's nowhere to park. So I'm driving around, and my class is halfway
You're
over.
like, let me just
Parking here. I
handicap.
took my license plate off one time, tried to be sneaky, but they still got me.
For those out there,
They gotta be
UMSL
like
is
this
the University of Missouri St. Louis. So but here in St. Louis we call it UMSL. And if we say SLU, the University of St. Louis University. So yeah.
Shout out to UMSL.
Hopefully they
Shout out to UMSL.
Hopefully they solved their parking problem at
Shout out
least.
to
And they did a lot of remodeling over there. There's always some kind of construction going on over there. So hopefully they did.
You know what St. Louis needs? Another hospital. And we need more potholes too. I thoroughly enjoy those.
Gotta have
The
another.
ones we came past,
We took grand to get here because of
was kinda
construction downtown.
outlandish.
Yeah, we need more potholes. Definitely need more potholes.
Yeah, they shut down
And cowbell.
It's
what's the express lane? I think they're getting rid of the express lane downtown.
Really?
Oh.
No, they knocking the bridge. I think they redoing it. They put
Oh,
it,
the whole express lane's closed.
Yeah,
the
they
little
knocked
weird
down
middle lane.
the
Like, what the
little
hell is
middle
that thing?
It worked. It worked. It served its purpose for a little while.
I used to think, how do you get on?
And they never change it. Yeah,
For
it's
a
just
little while,
supposed
I've
to.
been speeding on that motherfucker
For years, floating 95.
Just yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't.
It's
You
the
need your
best.
suspension, huh?
It's the best
You
reason
floating.
to go down 70.
So Justin, is it safe to say? Well,
Let's see that.
are there other reasons why you decided to start your own studio? Besides,
No, not really. I mean, I've always kind of been somewhat electronically inclined.
The techie.
I remember when my dad brought home like one of the first laptops. The thing was like this thick.
yeah, that was huge.
I was
Heavy
like,
as
whoa, cool. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I've always kind of liked electronics, and yeah, I just saw how easy it was. I'm like, oh, cool, he's doing that in New York. I mean, I can do that. It's really easy. We use the program. It's pretty easy to use, and that one goes. We're at, about 30 different audio platforms, video, Facebook, YouTube, all that. I mean, so yeah, as far as that goes. But
what were some of the challenges for you to start your show? I mean, like you said, the Limb Brewery. Were there other pitfalls that you had to overcome, or even not even pitfalls, but just different people who didn't believe in you, or different vendors who wouldn't help you, sponsor you, or just different people who didn't take you seriously? How'd that all go for you?
Yeah, I mean, who you said sponsors? Yeah, they're always the main thing. Just getting the funding and everything. And honestly, there hasn't really been a lot of downfalls. I mean, if there's haters, I don't really know. I don't pay attention to that. Yeah. I mean, that's what they want, is the attention, of course.
Of course.
Take away the power.
Yeah.
Right.
So whatever they're the ones watching what you're doing. They're the ones giving you the views. Like, they're the little grumbling face.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, I've had just getting support. I teamed up with Tweezy, so I mean, he's definitely helping out us on Broadway over there. Senior Son Ali over there. People that helped out. Doc. I mean, our show's been together for 2 years now. So my co-host, and you guys been around for a while.
Yeah,
so
this is our second podcast with you. And we are going on our second year.
But I just try to provide a good service and then just big. So we have a lot of shows that cross promote. We had you on our show. I mean, just cross promotion. You can meet. You guys know what we doing. Shout out those guys. Yeah. I mean, our whole Sunday lineup is just. Well, we got 7 shows on Sundays.
Nice. Wow, you're all day.
So yeah, I mean, Sundays are great, and I mean, I just like the camaraderie that we have, and one show succeeds, we all succeed.
Yeah, I mean, I can truly say, when we first started, we had a great. I mean, still now, I still have a good time. Shout out to Madam Coleman, who was my original host for the Freaks of the Industry podcast. Hey. Shout out to as well. We can go with Madam Coleman. We can go with Clever with the exclamation. We can go with Monty J. And some of our old guests, like we had I forgot about the Dr. Ebony.
The operating room.
Yeah, the operating room. Shout out to her, as well as we had.
You were a guest on her show originally.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And it was so cool to have the interconnection, and it was fun. We came in every week with something very different, with the salacious talking about polyamory and threesomes and anal and
I didn't watch some of them.
Swinger parties and
she's a sex enthusiast. That's what you call that.
And you know this.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
I've lived that life.
And
they're called enthusiasts.
Man, it was fun. And the one thing I can truly say about us linking up with you when me and Madam Coleman made the podcast. You simplified it for us. With having everything already in place, it was almost like plug and play. We would come in with our scripts, or I had my little stuff to write down, and we would really get the thing going. And it was really, really simple, and it made it fun because there wasn't a headache for us to. Damn, we got to go out and do this podcast.
Yeah, because the minute it turns into work.
When it comes to work, then that's when you don't want to do it.
That's my difference. That's why this is so much different for me. And I came down here to watch a show. My friend was being interviewed on What Up, Though. Mm-hmm. And I knew that the girl had left, so I sent an email like, I heard y'all had a spot or whatever. So Justin hit me back and asked me what I had, how my training and everything. And he was like, come down to my show. Now, he didn't tell me that we was recording that very first day that I walked through the door.
Threw right into
swim.
Like in the hot seat.
Like in 10 feet when you're 5. I walk in the door, he like, okay, we finna start at noon and
this is it.
Sit right there.
It was like 12:06.
Yeah. Man, but it was.
And how did it go for the first podcast?
It was great. It was cool, wasn't it? It was me.
I don't know. That was a year or 2 years ago.
It was me, you remember? And Hazy P. It was just me, you, and Hazy P. I thought it went awesome. I mean, we've been doing it ever since. So
Yeah.
must
2
have.
years later. Yeah, 10
Well,
years.
I always like the environment. Like it's really light yet focused. You know what I mean? So the environment itself, you don't feel like you coming into. Okay,
Yeah.
now I gotta.
Yeah.
Okay, where they at? Okay, you know, you actually come in, bing, bing, bing. How do you?
Yeah.
Your co-moderators,
Yeah.
and you
I-
get
I-
to
I
it.
like
Next thing
that.
you know, it's over.
You know-
I know when I first got here, I was like, man, that went quick. Like that very
A
first.
lot of the
That
good, a
hour
lot
does
of,
go by quick.
A lot of the good shows go by real fast. There's been some, excuse me. There's been times where we had shows, and we're talking. I look up, we're an hour 5, hour 10 in. I'm like, oh, we got to cut it. You know, we got to cut it because it's flowing so smooth.
Yeah,
and,
it is
and then there's been a
That's
couple
'cause he here
occasions,
all day.
and there's been a couple occasions where Justin be like, "It's fine, just go ahead," you know,
Just
and
go.
we'll do another extra 5 or 10 and call it a day. And those are some pretty good episodes.
Our shows sometimes last
2-3 hours.
almost 3 hours.
Wow.
That's because it's good.
And we're so off script. We don't have like
We try though.
yeah, we try.
They don't let me talk. I talk more on your show than mine.
Damn.
Okay.
She knows.
Okay.
That's what I sell it. Hey guys. Hey, I'm over here. I got picked last in gym class and shit. Hey guys.
And so Justin, so how many years have you had the radio shows and your whole My City, My Music? How long have you from start? I guess what year did you start? This is 2022. So what year did you start your first couple radio shows or your first couple?
So yeah, I guess it would be 2007. Would be that's when I worked at the restaurant and I met Ant Street's the producer.
Mm-hmm.
So 2007, met up with him, and then shortly after that, my dad passed away.
Oh, okay.
So then I got basically started my studio up. Got all the equipment after that. So yeah, 2007, I officially opened Overtime Studio in my basement, and then basically, yeah, I guess 2014 was the start of the radio.
Oh,
8 years.
okay.
So yeah, so
Anniversary coming up.
it'll be 8 years in May for the actual radio part.
Nice.
But yeah, 2007, I guess technically would be the.
So with the path laid in front of both of you, where do you see? Where are you headed within the next 5 years? We'll
And
start.
where
with,
would you like to be?
Yeah, where you see yourself headed, and where would you like to be in the next 5 years? Starting with you, Briggs.
I'm doing so much. I probably would in 5 years probably have my own show. Probably. I don't know, cause I like having my co-host and everything. I don't know, my aspirations would be further in my day field than in my media field, certifications and different things like that I'm getting. But yeah, it'll probably be my own show.
Do you have an idea what it would be about, or just your own show?
I don't know, probably
Nothing
some
specific.
nasty shit. I don't know.
Okay. The way, take it from me, the world needs nasty shit.
I mean, I really don't know, but I know that that's something that I would want, some type of, I don't know. I'm a nerd, so it might be some nerdy shit.
All
Too.
right.
Oh man, that's yeah.
I'm a
both
computer nerd, so
love to write.
So what about you, Justin? So in the next 5 years, what do you see My City, My Music being within the next 5 years?
Give it to Mario.
Hopefully, within the God willing, where can it go? Where we?
5 years, we're coming out to Hazelwood. Hopefully that'll be in the
I'm
next.
looking.
Yeah, North
less
County.
than 5 years.
Hopefully,
Yeah, North
yeah.
County. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, North County.
I sure look.
North County and East St.
East St.
We're gonna be in another country.
Well,
All right.
We're ready. Well, yeah, okay, we'll do it.
Or that too.
Well, there you go.
We're already trying to get in Ghana.
I'm
Okay.
running that bitch.
Book me. I'm
So
in
yeah,
shape.
that's the main thing. Just more shows, more locations.
Okay.
I mean, we strategically right now we're based out of St. Louis, but yeah, definitely like to get across the river, Illinois, North County. I mean, as long as it makes sense,
Yeah.
strategically, and where our clients and our customers and clients and everybody are located. So, but that's the beauty of the internet is it doesn't matter exactly where our
Where
physical
you're at,
address is.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's our digital reach. But we want to make. That's why I like this setup. Is we want to go where the clients are too. So if they are, you do have people come in as guests, then they don't have to travel so far and basically be a quarter of the industry.
Okay. And today's show is brought to you by Gia Turner Realtor. Now's the time to buy because interest rates are low, historically low. Gia has a team that includes a credit manager to help you clean your credit legally and a finance manager to help you get the new home based on your credit. So let her get you in your dream home today, right now. And it's also a seller's market. So the time is now to sell your property and get top dollar for your home or your land and bring in a nice profit. So please contact Gia Turner today. That is spelled Giaturner. I'm sorry, Turner. Realtor associate, Berkshire Hathaway. You can give her a call at 314-323-1589 or go to www.homesbygiaturner.com. And back to the show.
I had a real quick question. I don't know
After
if
these messages.
I don't know if you covered this, from what I've been paying attention. I don't think you did. At one point, was it hobby versus monetized? Like, when did it roll over for you that it was actually income, not to get in your bank account, but you know what I mean? Like, it went from hobby, okay, everybody, we doing this, and your show, and then his show. When did it monetize? Was it from when people started paying for time? Or from your actual show?
Yeah, pretty much once we got out of my basement. So we were
was
there.
it.
So then, once I got into Limp Bury, basically we acquired more cost, of course. So
yeah,
I'd say 2 years of hobby. We had started off with one show and then went to 3, and then by the time we were on like show 4 and 5, we ended up at Limp. So that's the main thing. But I mean, technically people can do this in their basement, I guess. But that's why I want to. I mean. I don't know. It's more professional, I would guess, if you have an actual studio setting. Yeah. We have room for audience, or you can have a closed set, or if you want audience too, of course, they're more than welcome. Interact with them.
Yeah,
people left our show and then started doing it in their house, and it just didn't work.
It seems like a downgrade.
I'll give you the recipe, but you're not gonna have the sauce.
Yeah.
Well, and some people, and some of the other shows, I can tell by your work is you take this serious. This is more than a hobby. You got a sponsor, so you take it as as an actual.
Very white at us and stuff.
It's a fun. I mean, it's fun, but if you can earn some income off it, and if you enjoy doing it too, I mean, it's.
I think that's what it both.
I don't mind. Some people would be like, "Oh man, I gotta work all day." Like, Sunday fun day. Woo!
I know. For me, I was exposed in 2009.
You were exposee or the exposer?
I was
like,
surprisingly. Surprisingly, I was exposed to podcasts from a coworker. In 2009, I worked for General Motors, and they had laid us off. It was a mass layoff, and I transferred to Kansas City. And so there was a buddy of mine, shout out to Dave Bombstart. Dave hit me to Adam Carolla. And I started listening to the Adam Carolla podcast. And I was like, this is so fucking cool. I was so hooked that I would go back to listen to his old episodes. And I loved how the format what he had. And then I got hip to, even though I know he's on a lot of shit right now, but I was listening to Joe Rogan. And
before Fear Factor?
Before Fear Factor. Yeah. And then I started listening to The Read. And then I started listening to what's that comedian's name? White guy with glasses. Man.
Okay, that narrows it down.
Bob Saget.
No.
Oh, no.
You can't listen to him anymore, can you?
Everybody wear glasses. Mine started with Howard Stern.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Howard Stern. Yeah.
Well, he's the one who broke kind of the radio barrier.
Howard Stern and Robin Quivers, I want to say. That's where I started. And then he started, the same deal. We had different podcasts, except for the Reed. We share the Reed.
Yeah.
But then Charlemagne and
love that.
Adam.
I love
somebody. What is Charlemagne's?
It's
Isn't it Adam?
no. You talking about the white boy?
Yeah. Look,
what's his name?
White boy.
Is that the one that's on
Close
Comedy Central?
No, not that show.
Not that show.
Because he had a co-host.
It was
on his
Brilliant
show.
Idiots.
Yeah.
Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne and
Oh my
Schultze. What's his damn? They call him Schultze, but I
Andrew?
forgot his name.
I saw the gears just turning in your head
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
momentarily.
crazy. It's crazy.
Like, wow.
So,
Good
I
point,
have-
yeah,
I have
But
no
that's one of the that would be, I guess, one of the influences. They Howard Stern was, they call him the shock jock.
Shock
It's
jock.
like, wow,
Love
between
that.
him
Yeah.
and Two Live Crew and NWA with the parental advisory,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's when it's like, wow, like we don't have to be so PG
Yeah.
anymore,
Yeah.
and we fight the power.
Yeah.
And-
I mean, it's we
As
can
much
freedom of
as-
speech.
As much as people, Wendy Williams is on the out now, but for women, Wendy Williams, she kept having miscarriages working in the studio.
Well, she shouldn't. She should have had to use.
And see, I was in New York
Shoulda,
at
coulda,
the height-
woulda.
So
at the height of Wendy's
yeah, at the height of her career, she
I
had
was
to
in New York,
fight.
and it was all you would listen to. Like
Like she
in
had to
traffic.
fight to be able to work.
She
for
wasn't
home
the height. She was
and
like
do
6
it as
feet
a
tall.
podcast. So she
Andrew Schultz.
didn't,
Andrew Schultz, yeah.
give her baby. Her baby didn't die. You know what I'm saying? So for women, her fighting to do that. Now we don't have to, not be able to go to work when you can go at home and sit your butt at home and do your part.
Yeah, 'cause that's
part
how she
on
did
the
with Lil
show.
Kevin. She
She had
had
to
to
do that, and she
record
had to
from
fight.
home.
Like she went to court to make
get that
them do
done.
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't available for us before that.
So
Now, without saying any names, don't say nobody name. But do you have any shows that you like? You cringe, but they paid you. When they go on the air, it's like, okay, just hurry up, just get it over with.
Actually,
You ain't gotta say no names. I know we one of them. You ain't
It's not us.
got them. No, I know.
Not us.
I bet you. I
you guys
know
are
one.
fun and exciting.
Thank you. That's me. I'm
bet you I
exciting.
know.
No, actually, I mean, I'd have to say that they're all interesting.
Ah,
Is that a good answer?
that's a good white boy answer. I'll take it.
And different.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we have all of our shows are unique. We had the sex show. We have a jazz. We got a rock show, hip hop, a couple of talk shows. Son Ali does actually a storybook, audiobook type show.
That's dope. Okay.
Check that out.
So yeah, he's there on Friday nights and Dirty Dime Davis too. I don't know if you got linked up with her yet. She's here on Friday nights, but she has Dirty Sex Talks. So.
Her name
I know.
is Diamond.
I know. Don't you have a crypto show? A crypto with Carla?
Crazy crypto.
Yeah.
Crazy Crystal.
Crazy Crypto Carla
Yeah,
talks
I
about
watched
crypto, of course.
I watch it sometimes.
Different, yeah. I
Came
mean,
on our
it's
show.
and there's
And
that.
then
That's a whole nother. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the crypto. I mean, you got enough money, you can make the Mario coin.
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically,
Theoretically, yeah.
Wrestling.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you can make the Mario coin and sell
The
it
Mo
for
the Mo bitches coin.
the Mobit.
Mo bitches. Mo
It's
bit
a
bitches.
Mobit.
A Mobit.
A Mobit.
What Mobit? How many Mobits you got? But yeah, so I mean that's the future of that. We have another guy that Kingdoms of Evolution. He talks about he doesn't really like big pharma, so he kind of talks about that and different alternatives to prescriptions. I mean, I don't think anybody wants to be on prescription drugs. I gotta take 7 pills. I don't know if anybody likes doing that. I mean, I don't. I'll take
I ain't
multivitamins.
taking nothing.
Yeah, I'll take multivitamins pretty much, and that's it. But I don't think. I mean, there's got to be. What about the medicine man? Man, they didn't have hospitals back in the day. Just go back, whip me up some
Right.
herbs
Right.
and spices.
That natural
Put a little
stuff.
tussin on it. Tussin and duct tape.
Yeah, that
Make
tussin.
a hot toddy. I'll make a hot toddy in a minute. So
Yes,
trust.
Lord. Yes, Lord.
Yeah, Robitussin,
So
vapor
for,
rub.
for our listeners out there, let's say I'm just Joe Schmo on the street, and I want to start a podcast. And let's say I don't want to have to do it in my basement. So let's say I want to come to, say, Justin Kickett in Overtime Studios. How can someone get in contact with you if they're interested in joining your studio to have their own podcast? What do they have to do?
Yeah, pretty easy. You can call the hotline 515-599-1687. That's 515-599-1687. Leave us a message. let us know you're interested. Or you can email mycitymymusicradio@gmail.com. That's mycitymymusicradio@gmail.com. Pick a day that's good for you, what time's good for you. I'm sure Sundays are pretty full, of course. But yeah, we have 2 locations here on Hampton and on South Broadway, and more locations coming soon. So yeah, just figure out which location is closest to you and pick a time and a place.
Yeah. And I would like to add to that, if you're going to do this, make sure you have at least a decent title for your show.
Some kind of idea.
And at least have some kind of semblance of what it is you want to talk about. Because that hour, if you don't have content, that hour is going to take forever.
Unless you got a ton of music. I mean, some of our shows, play music too. So we're of course ASCAP and BMI certified.
Okay, yeah,
so as far as
Very
audio,
important.
and you have an exclusive. Who's the producer of your intro track?
The producer of my intro track is Clever with the exclamation point.
Shout out to him for the intro track, local producer.
Yeah, that was original beat. He's a beat maker. He does his own thing. Clever is the jack of all trades. He does shirts. He does music. He does production. He does beats. He does everything.
Artistic
He's a
people
jack of all trades.
Can normally do a lot of different things. I think I don't.
There is, and it's
That's
the thing.
one thing from down at the studio I see.
But it's good. It's good to have the ability to do that, but of course you don't want to overexert yourself either.
Right.
Some people try to do too much
And don't get nothing done.
and fail to do a lot of stuff half-ass.
Yeah.
So quality over quantity. Yeah, I'd love to do more movies, TV. We can use that. Maybe do some little short scripts, short skits or something. I love to do all that, but it's a thing of talking versus action. It's a show me state, damn it.
Right.
So a lot of people talk. I mean, a lot of people want to do a radio show. I mean, that's a great idea, but when it comes down to it, and once we explain it to them, people just kind of flake out. Maybe or they figure out that it's too much work for them.
Yeah, I've seen
or something.
a lot of shows in this past 2 years come and go. They start real high.
And that's
they
again,
get
once it
real
starts to become obligation
You know what?
and work, I'm good.
You get into it, you get out of it what you put into
That's
it.
true.
You come in here, you show up, oh shit, I got a show. Throw some shit together, but then that's what you're going to get out of it, a shit show.
Invest in
That's
yourself.
true.
Right?
And one thing about this show that we do, like I said, this is our second podcast. The first one was exciting, it was fun, but we ran out of content. You can only talk about so many sexual
Bottom
things.
line,
Bottom line. And
yeah.
we had a great time. I hate that we had to end it because our YouTube channel is still up, and we have like 450, 460 subscribers, and we were doing a lot of numbers. Hell, even I went back and checked on it last week, and we have 3 episodes that have over 1,000 views.
Yeah.
And it was
I watched one of them.
yeah.
'Cause I
So
subscribed and
it makes me feel good knowing that over 1,000 people watch at least 3 of our episodes, and we have several of them that 700, 800 views, 500 views, and that feels good. But with that being said, we had to start over from scratch, start all the way over again, and so now we're ground zero. But I don't care because this is fun for me and it's very cathartic. I like to be a nerd, get on a computer, come up with scripts and information, and if I can help at least 1, 2, 3 people to find, like with the episode we did with the real estate, if we have someone that wants to get a home and they call either Gia or Debbie, then my job is done. If someone reaches out to Derrick Henry about the union jobs, I've done my job. If someone calls you, Justin, to get some studio time,
Not when.
Yes, when someone calls you, I feel good that I've done my due diligence. So it makes me feel good. And I picked up a couple more. I will be honest with you, getting sponsorship for the last podcast was hard because of the content. No one wanted to be tied to a show that talks salacious about fucking and sucking.
Ooh, potty mouths.
Right, in comparison
Is that one of the 7
to a
words?
podcast that we talk about anything and everything but that. So things we're looking up with this podcast.
Yeah, and that's-
all the stores that sell sex.
Yeah,
And at the time, and I was told that I should have reached out to Larry Flint. I should have reached out to
Yes,
Lovers and Friends. I should have reached out to whoever.
Everywhere that sells
But
sex.
at the time, I wasn't even thinking about it. I really wasn't. Anyway, I
Yeah,
should've-
it's gotta find you.
I'll say I reached out to a couple of them because I do the behind the scenes at times, booking guests. And
That's
it's
all you
like
can
I'm
do.
emailing, and if you don't email me back, okay. And one person was like, "No, we're not looking to do any media work with them." I'm this is so hard. Why is it so hard? Because you're finally at where you want to be. You can't reach back, be on the podcast, and let other people know. But that's their loss. You know what I mean? But I reached out to a few.
Well, some people don't have advertising budgets, but yet then you need advertising to grow your business, so you have a budget for advertising. Right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a full circle thing.
Catch 22, damn if you don't, damn if you do.
It's an investment. I mean, you got to advertise, period. Why do you think?
Pretty much.
I mean, yeah.
Today is the biggest day in advertising for
Yeah.
sports television.
Yeah, I was looking. People was like,
How much
"Oh
you
my
get-
God, they talking about the halftime."
How much are those commercials? I mean, the Super Bowl commercials?
$1 million
I mean,
for 30 seconds.
and the ones that do the advertising are a lot of them. You already know the companies who they are.
Yeah,
so
you're
it's
looking
like
at the people.
Every
Right.
year it's always Pepsi, Doritos,
Right.
McDonald's,
Anheuser-Busch.
but Anheuser-Busch.
But you'd think someone like that, they wouldn't need advertising.
But but
People drink or they drink soda. I mean,
drinking Pepsi while they was watching.
Yeah, I mean-
but those commercials really do take them to another level.
it up.
I love the commercials. That's the only thing I used to watch it for. Sure.
basically,
Me too.
well, I watch it for the sports, but the
Depends on the
commercials
teams.
definitely,
That's fine.
What do you feel is different between AM, FM radio, and the platform you currently use?
Go with you first, Briggs.
So what do you feel
I
is the difference
definitely-
between terrestrial radio and the current platform now that you use with the internet radio?
Okay, so with FM, AM radio, you have to play certain songs. You have to talk about certain the things they tell you to. Literally, if you work for Clear Channel or one of those, you have news they tell you to read, songs that you have to play every hour, and things like that. So you're limited on what you really, can do and say and be. Then with radio, you have to go places that they tell you go to this club 3-4 nights a week and all of that kind of different things. So it's no freedom in FM radio. And I was internship with a big company and then worked for a smaller one, but there's no freedom. You can say what you want. You can, there's no way in hell I would have been able to do my dirty joke every week. That whole radio station would have been
we almost got the theme song done. Now we've
Before
been
you could get out the
practicing.
door, it would have been.
So yeah, it's way more freedom, and you can just do what you want to do. You can design how you want in podcasts or radio, internet radio. You really can't do that in FM.
Some more freedom. Is that what you're saying?
Way more freedom.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you have the people watching over you. The federal government watches
FCC.
over. The FCC watches over radio.
Yeah.
And with that being said, the next question is, are the restrictions as far as the FCC different in in the current platform?
Does the FCC even have anything to do with?
Actually, well, yeah, on our Friday morning show, actually, we used to go live video on YouTube for his show because he talks about Big Pharma and everything. But actually, YouTube's been censoring us for medical misinformation.
Oh,
Yeah, I would think so.
So he never claimed to be a doctor or anything. He just says, this is my opinion. I don't like this medicine. I mean, blah, blah, blah. Same with the crypto lady, right? It's like you can say, hey, buy this IMC token or whatever. That's just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. But if you want to invest with this coin that we have right now, I mean, you're more than welcome to. I mean, sometimes they win, sometimes they don't.
So the FCC through YouTube has shut that situation down with the live.
I don't know if that's FCC. I think that's something
I think
maybe
it's-
big pharma and YouTube. I think Google owns YouTube, I believe. So yeah, it's between big pharma and Google. I mean, as far as I know, but But yeah, they don't really care about the music, but yeah, they just don't like the content. But he can do his show live on Facebook, and they allow it. But YouTube will pull his show, the same exact content.
It's almost similar to when we did our podcast. We had to label it the Pandemic 19 episode, because we couldn't say the C word.
Yeah, because they catch that it's a
7
tag.
words.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So
That's why
we came across that firsthand with our episode.
Yeah.
And that was one of our best episodes too. But
If
we
you
couldn't
mention
say-
that-
we couldn't say it. We had to say pandemic.
If you even mention that, yeah, it'll be tagged, and they'll look to it even more if it involves certain
Make sure you're
keywords like
giving
for
correct
terrorist or whatever. If you use
Oh,
certain
yeah.
keywords, they, he said the C word. Let's monitor, see what he's talking about it.
Right.
And the people I imagine they hire people just to sit there every day and just watch videos.
Definitely.
Yeah, they
have
have to.
them. They
I
have
mean,
hire
wow.
people to listen to the radio and watch the TV constantly. Constantly.
Yeah.
Heck of a job.
It's it's definitely
That's
a lot.
snitch.
Definitely a lot more
Whoever it is,
freedom
that's
for the
a
most part.
snitch.
They
They just a paid snitch. You like, ooh, they cussed. Ooh.
I
And-
can believe it.
That's a
It's
snitch.
selective though too. I
I can
mean,
believe it.
they don't censor TikTok, right? But you got all these young kids using it. It probably shouldn't be.
You know what? Even that with the
And that
censor on
irks
TikTok,
me.
there's a certain amount. I know there was recently, and don't quote me verbatim on this, but there was a situation where a lot of the black TikTok content creators was on strike because a lot of TikTok was giving props and I guess certain little stars to white people who had stolen the dances and even some of the content
yeah.
from
They
the
push
blacks,
them, and
and
they
they
shut that
pushed it to the forefront,
Yeah.
and they were getting paid off someone else's content, and they weren't the originators
they
of the
pushed-
content.
they pushed
So
them to
a
the
lot of the black dancers and content creators had went on strike with
the other
TikTok
was like,
until
nope.
TikTok started put them to the forefront and pushing them forward so they can get their props and their monetary due. So
Oh, that's what happened with us when we did that Nelly interview with What Up
Somebody
Though.
stole it.
wow.
That was us. We originated
that's
that
why I watched
interview,
it at.
but yet people bootlegged it, and
Yep.
then ours ended up getting blocked eventually.
Wow.
For
Are
our
you
original
serious?
content. Yeah, that's what happened with that. He just showed up, and we weren't really prepared for the interview in the first place.
They went into the
But-
database and
Yeah,
was
it's
taking.
I don't know if the content they
were
were
doing all
talking
kinds
on each other, but I mean, yeah, we
Wonderful year last year.
we got bootlegged.
We had Guy Tori in the building.
Yep.
We had J-Bo the same week. BMF came out. Murphy Lee was in here.
A-Ball and
Yeah,
JG and
I saw,
watched
I saw that one.
Baby.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah,
Scarface probably would have been here.
Yeah, if he wasn't sick.
We've been blessed this year.
Yeah.
That's what's
Y'all,
up.
We still gonna keep moving.
Yes, please.
We still up there.
Yeah.
We still making regional difference. So whatever.
Yeah, that's what's up. I like to see. That's positivity. I like that.
We're gonna give them some more. We're gonna give y'all some more to eat off of.
Excellent.
We can raise. Bless us. Bless us.
So, and man, speaking on that, so currently, how many? Okay, so with your studio, is it a 7-day a week situation, or is there an off day? So,
Well, I mean, technically I'm off Mondays, but I mean he's available. I mean, yeah, we're available. I mean, if people want to do a show, yeah, I mean,
You
it's,
have somebody over here.
7 days.
yeah, I mean, I'm available 6 days a week, but that's what I say. People who say no days off are full of crap. Just so you know. If they don't have no days off, they have no relationship, or they lock themselves in a box.
so with you guys being open 7 days a week, so how many podcasts would you say you have total for the 7 days?
Oh yeah.
So like, is it? I guess how many per day? How many podcasts do you have per day?
Well, Sunday's our big day. Like I said, about 5, 6, or 7, I think. I got the whole schedule back there. Yeah, but between here and Broadway, there's probably plus or minus 30 shows, I guess, throughout the week.
Okay.
Any of the podcasts doing 2 or 3 days worth of work, like they come in on a Monday and a Wednesday and a Friday, like if we were to come
Or
in.
do they come in? Do they come in one day a
One
week,
day a week.
or do
Yeah,
they come
most
in
of the
multiple
shows
days?
are just, all of our shows are pretty much just once a week.
Okay.
For now. But yeah, if someone wanted to do an hour, depending on location too, of course, if people want to travel. But yeah, they could do a weekly show or something.
Yeah, definitely. You're gonna pick up definitely more if you get an Illinois branch and a North County branch. you're definitely gonna get way more
Well,
podcasts.
we're looking. If we got some commercial realtors, let us know.
Yes, let us know.
I've been looking.
Yeah.
I can link you up with Gia Turner.
Oh, she does commercial too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'll hook you up with my sponsor with Gia Turner, and she can help you find the property you need.
Find us.
Right, definitely. Let's see. I guess this would be for you, Bricks. If a person was interested in this career, are there any internships or apprenticeship programs available to get them started to do media and radio?
Why, yes, there are. We went to some of the schools, colleges, and let them know. Yes, you can definitely get your apprenticeship. Your internship credits here interning and learn the system and everything. I'm not sure about the apprenticeships because I'm not sure about that one.
Okay.
I know that though, if they wanted to intern, they could definitely come down here, and Justin already, was willing to do that. That would be dope. You could learn everything while you're in college. I wish I would have been able to intern at a podcast studio. What? That would have been dope.
Give out that number again, Justin, for those who want to call you to internship here.
515-599-1687.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Operators are standing by.
Are they?
They may or may not be. Yeah, they're over in India, I believe, right now. Hello, would you like to take a message?
Right.
Actually, shout out to India. There are a lot of listeners out there as far as our demographics, too.
Mm-hmm.
India, Russia. So, yeah, we've got definitely a lot of international.
Yeah, it was. I loved how you sat there one day. I came in early and you showed me how many listeners we had when we were doing the Freaks Industry, and it was so Angola and Nigeria and Thailand.
Yeah, we'll check it out again after the show real quick.
It was very cool to see who actually listened. I never knew.
But that's another thing. We're talking about the FM question too. FM is FM is profit driven. So that's why they play their Drakes and their Lil Waynes and all that, right? The big industry people whose labels pay these FM stations to play their music.
Definitely.
And of course, they also have a ton of commercials too, as well. So they don't care about our local businesses. They have some local commercials, but yeah, they don't care about our local artists as much.
Oh no, they definitely don't.
So,
they can't. You can't be sitting there, and unless you have you're at a local station, not one of the big ones, you can't just take your cousin's CD and play it, whether it's mastered and correct or not. You can't just play that. You have to, have permission, and they have to have a certain amount of this and this in order for you to put it in the rotation. You just can't do that.
Come with that check.
Is there anything that you do miss about being on an FM station, or being Clear Channel or Live Nation or anything like that?
For me, I'm not as music. It's just not the music driven that I was before. I talked less and played music. So that's probably the biggest difference, really, for me, is not having the amount of music that and works.
And you can't play the music you like, right? You got to play what they want you. They set up the playlist for you, right?
Well, with my own show, near the end, it was the music I wanted. It was the back in the day.
Edited still though.
Yeah,
right?
I had. Yeah. Well, of course.
Right.
Well, of course. I got very good at that. I like some raunchy music, so I had to edit it and everything myself.
So working for Clear Channel. Working for Clear Channel, what were some of the perks? Did you get free like concerts, or even food, or flights, or what was some of the perks?
Did you meet any artists through the FMs?
I met most of them from being bad before the artists and stuff. What the perks, I guess, was going to concerts and stuff free, and different events and different things. But you're going, but you're working. You know what I'm saying? So it's not.
You're not kicking it. You're there, but you're there
Work related.
Yeah,
related.
working.
You can't really fan out. So
Yeah, you know you can't. It's the freedom thing, you know. Then you sign disclosures and all kind of different, you know, things that you can't
say
NDAs.
that you saw.
You have to act a certain way. You can't, you know, be you.
Yeah.
Because you have to act a certain way. You're working for them, so you have their face. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't just do what you want to do. You can't even dress a certain way.
Oh, wow.
You know? Can't be too revealing and all that. No, hell no.
Damn.
Yeah, so that's the main.
Was it hard to walk away?
No.
Not in the least bit. You said that quick.
Was the money decent?
I mean, I made okay. I don't do it because of the money, because my day job I make real money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I do it because I like. This is what I want to do. So it wasn't hard, and I like what I'm doing because of the freedom. So no, I ain't,
Okay.
you know.
And the last question I have for you: how easy or hard is it to promote and advance in radio? And is it worth even staying long enough to promote and advance and go from station to station in different parts of the country?
Okay, so that's the biggest thing. If you are in local radio stations and everything, you'll definitely have to move around. You can be fired at any time, you know, because when we were at Clear Channel, they fired the whole station. You know what I'm saying? They fired all of the DJs. This was when everybody...
They get bought out a lot and stuff,
yeah,
right?
They get
Change
bought
ownership.
out. Other people, they changed the format. So you'll be on a station and they'll have a hip hop format, and you'll come in to work, and then they've switched to a Cowboys to country
Country music.
Hot
Yeah,
dog.
man.
Because I know, because KC95 don't exist anymore. Magic
Really?
Magic 108
That
is
was the
gone.
last one. I think KC95 is the last one left.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought they were gone.
The other one, KSD or whatever.
Yeah,
or LSD,
still
whatever.
downtown.
And now Magic converted over. and-
Magic 107.
Magic is been.
Yeah,
They
Magic
didn't
been
have
gone.
so
Yeah.
many.
The beat. Do we still have that? I mean, I know that literally, yeah, when we were
The
there, they
beat,
changed
yeah.
the whole format,
Yeah.
and you are just there. Like Tony Scott. Tony Scott has moved all over. He's lived every different where and all that kind of stuff. He keeps coming back to St. Louis. They try to keep him, but when they had their afternoon show, they found out the day before that they didn't have that show no more. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
It's
He's
That
like,
is not
he's a
even-
St. Louis icon. You know, he's not even from here, but he was here forever.
Forever.
Oh, yeah.
forever, and you will come to work and you'll be shipped somewhere else. You'll have to find a job other places.
Wow.
So it's
And that's why I guess they go by, and they're more based on numbers and ratings, and they're a lot stricter. So, yeah, if your show's not doing well, I guess that's when they change ownership or
'Cause-
whatever. And
Right, because I have XM radio in my vehicle, and I remember Deja Vu, and she's on XM radio. So
is she local or where's she from?
I don't know where she's from, but she was on
here
She was here for some
for
years.
a long time.
St. Louis? Okay. Huh.
Deja Vu, and then now Deja Vu is on XM radio.
Yeah, it's
On Sirius,
a lot
yeah.
of them.
So where's their headquarters? Where are they?
Doc
located?
Winter, he's gone, but he's doing big time. Doc doing big things.
I mean, it's because this is not a big market.
Yeah, right,
So
it's not,
you
yeah.
know, you come to St. Louis, you're in this market, but they're trying to get Texas or California.
I would think
New York
probably
or
let me guess, New York, DC, Atlanta, LA, Chicago, Miami,
Do you think
Houston and Dallas?
Do you think location is as important now with how easy it is to have access to media?
Maybe just on terrestrial radio.
Everybody's a fucking star these days. Hey, look at me. Wow.
And that's
And you can do it
changing
your-
over from just regular radio. People can get what they want to hear on the internet now.
I'm going to take a video of myself in the bathroom. Hey guys, wow, live from the
Right.
bathroom.
You
What do you think?
And you can be anywhere.
You
Yeah.
I get some views live from the bathroom.
If you get your ass out, probably.
You
Yeah.
can do it.
Oh
You
man,
definitely could. I mean, and then with just radio being more local, you can reach more people through podcasts and through different things like that. Most local stations, you go across the water, you can't hear them.
yeah, the radius is
Oh,
what.
I'm telling
Right,
you, driving up
right,
to Greenville, you
right.
lose all your radios.
You
Yeah,
know.
that's what. Yeah, because the FM channel, the FM frequency is only X amount of miles.
Yeah, that's true. But
Where
we didn't
I
get it up
lived
there.
at, away from the radio station, I couldn't even hear my own show.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Like I did an interview at the Flow Valley, the
89.5 the wave.
The way, yeah, I did an interview out there one time. They had like a 75-mile radius.
Yeah.
For that
Wow.
college, community college,
Yeah.
Flow Valley. But yeah, that and also FM/AM radio. Once it's out there, once it's gone, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's good about us too. If they can't hear us live right now,
They
Go
can't
back.
shut-
Yep. They can go back and
they're
listen
busy.
forever.
Right, forever, and that's great for your sponsors too, because they'll always hear that commercial.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah, it's gonna always be there.
it's long lasting. You can download it, save it, pass it to your grandkids.
Pass it on down.
Come on, here's my flash drive, there, kiddos.
Right.
One more question. I know
Right.
you finished shut it down. One more question
Right.
for you, Bricks. I was just reading where we were just talking about Tony Scott. Okay, and it shows on his Twitter page that he's a new media content creator, voiceover artist, and a radio personality. Now, as a radio personality, what happens when you have a podcast that may go against what it is you're doing on the radio? Can they fire you for that, for what you
100%.
do? That's what I was
Conflict
thinking.
of interest.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Because we're a threat. We're
But
a
that's
threat
where the
to
money
them.
is in the media content versus
If
radio.
you get caught doing anything salacious, anything that would bring negative,
Attention to them.
they will
It's a
fire
wrap.
us.
Oh, I can believe it. I can believe it.
I think we're a strong threat to the FM industry.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, minus they got tons of sponsorships, but you can't use that all for. I mean, what do you do when you hear a commercial? You change
change
the
the
channel, all right? And same with, cable TV. I mean, that's what we were talking about earlier. Your phone is your your phone is your TV. Your
Stream all
phone's your
kinds of
Instant
camera.
gratification.
Your phone's your radio.
They
I
dropping
mean,
music constantly. I mean, it's almost like radio is going the way
Of the dodo.
of the newspaper.
And
Newspaper is starting
Oh,
to.
that's
that's
dumb.
why they
Just
charge
like-
$4
I knew
for a
that was
newspaper
dumb.
Yeah,
now.
and it's
Who
like-
the hell's gonna pay that?
Hey, you try to use a payphone?
when
They have
are
those.
I saw
Those
one and it was like
dispatches gone. I know it was gone.
$3.65.
When
Use a
they,
payphone.
of course, there's what the
I didn't know they
comics
had those
and
anymore.
the
Right.
Christmas.
I mean, that was all I
The
did
Christmas
was the
episode.
comments
The
and
episode.
the
Toys for
sales
Tots.
papers. That's what we
People
waiting on.
people have to adjust to change. I mean, that's why we're
And
here.
they
With
tried. With FM and AM, they all have podcasts.
they have internet stations also, right?
And because they know that that's the way it's going. I mean, you talked about Charlamagne them. Charlamagne them have a bigger podcast
Yeah.
than they do actual people that's listening to it on the
And he
radio.
got his little show on TV.
Comedy
And it should, on paper, it should be that deal, right? I enjoy it, but I don't think it's getting like the numbers. Like I set for the series, and it only recorded like 4.
So it's good though.
But to me, because that's the content I'm listening for, but that Charlamagne himself is like, okay, we tired of hearing you. We've heard that before. Oh, we heard you with Andrew. Oh, we heard you on the Breakfast. It's kind of like you saturating. Yeah, we good, and that's just how it is.
Yeah,
We're
you
good.
you can pretty much do too much and
You can
overexpose
any
yourself.
situation.
Especially when you wrote a couple of books. People know who you are. They looking for something new.
Take a little
Okay.
break.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
that. We good.
let us-
All you gotta do is
let us-
post some penis pics. You can come back out.
Not
But
for him.
Not necessarily.
Not for him.
But it don't
Or Nelly.
Please no more
Don't
penis.
go there with that.
It was an accident, I swear. I accidentally, my
Right.
balls fell out of my drawers.
I'm like, I didn't get
And
that
then all of a
notification.
sudden, and then yesterday he's riding around on Instagram playing his new album. How ironic is that?
Man, it's
It ain't
good.
ironic.
It's good though.
I knew
Right.
he was gonna have some new music. Out.
It's good though.
That's the same thing
Like
she
I
said.
was like, oh, I'm here for this.
It's not country.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
he took a step. He took a
Thank
step.
God. All right, y'all. So that is it for.
Over the bridge.
This is another podcast Thank you, sir. It's another
I know,
podcast
right?
in the
I'm
books. I was looking for it. It was over there, but
I was
definitely,
eating my ding.
definitely. Thank you so much, Bricks. Thank you so much, Justo, for
No problem.
coming on the
Thanks for
show
having
and sharing with our listeners and our viewers what you
enjoyed
guys have got going on. And
I appreciate what you do for our fine city.
well, thank you, sir, and ditto.
Thank you.
There you go, and they do too. That ambulance that just went past.
STL anthem just went past. So did.
And tell everybody again. Give people the show and when they can check you guys out.
So you can check us out every Saturday from 12 to 2-ish.
Hey, like that's a joke.
On, of course, mycitymymusic.com is Kickett and Kompany. Yeah, every Saturday. And I guess you can contact me. I'm Bricks Montana on all platforms of social media and on TikTok, the Bricks Montana. Because they do censor kids and will block your shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
And my son had his shirt off.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they don't play that game.
Entire thing canceled. Had to rename my shit.
Oh wow.
So they do censor a little bit.
Okay, all right.
Put them nipples away. You gotta use some duct tape next time.
Hide them things. Hide them things.
No, mine is acting crazy.
You can check us out on Facebook on Audio Audacity Podcast. You can check us out on YouTube, Audio Audacity Podcast. You can check us out if you want to listen to us. You can go to Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, anywhere that podcasts can be listened
more.
to. And more. Check us out. Listen to us. And in parting, if you have the gall to do it, we have the audacity to talk about it. All right. All right, y'all. Catch y'all next week.
Bye.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.